All right, guys, welcome to the Millionaire Penny Coach program today. Today, we're going to be talking about the power of compound interest and compound earnings. A lot of people talk about compound interest, but they don't talk about compound earnings. This is what we're going to address today. So for my little girls, what I love to see them do, I love to see them set goals, set aspirations. And what does this do? When you're setting goals and you're thinking about finances, this is what I'm talking about right here. I'm talking about laying out a financial goal, a financial plan. I'm talking about putting a base in place that you can fall back on as you're needed. This is cash reserves. This is what many of the financial gurus talk about today, building cash reserves. Why do we want to build cash reserves? There's many reasons. I want you guys to comment in the section below and down in the comment section and tell me why you want to build cash reserves. Tell us about it. Involve us. Let us know what you're thinking. And we'll also let you know what we think about your comments. Okay, so you had the choice. You meet somebody on the street. You say, hey, if I had the opportunity to give you $10,000 right now in your left hand, or I would give you a penny and I would double its value for 28 days. Which one would you take? Would you take the $10,000 cash now? Or would you take the penny doubled for just 28 days? At the end of 28 days, you get the sum total of that penny double. Which one will you take? You got 3 seconds to decide. This is where financial enlightenment comes from. This is what we teach our students. We teach them a different way to see things, a different way to understand finances. We teach you how to leverage your finances. We teach you how the wealthy think about finances. So if you was to take the $10,000, that'd be great. You could go buy, put a down payment on a car, go on a nice vacation. It'd be a nice, good spending thing you could do with the $10,000. But if you took the penny, and you took the amount that doubled for just 28 days, at the end of 28 days, you would have compounded to $1,342,177.28. This could be life-changing for you. Not just a vacation or a nice dinner or a down payment on a car. This could actually change and impact not only your life, but your children's life also. So that's what we talk about in our program. So if you take day one and you put that day one in there, this is what you get. We tell our people, we want you to get a ziplock bag. Simple as that. We want you to get a Post-it note. And I want you to write day one on there. And I want you to put 1 cent on that Post-it note. Then you go and you get a penny and you drop it in that bag. Guess what? We just completed day one of 28 days. Day one of 28 days. That don't mean a whole lot, does it? You don't think this day one penny, and we want to double it for 28 days. You don't think a whole lot about this day one. But let me tell you what this day one does. First of all, it begins the journey of 1,000 miles, okay? You got to take the first step. The first step is your mind. You got to think about, how can I do this and why do I want to do this? And then, can I do this? All those questions have to be answered. That's what we help our students do. Yes, you can do this. You can actually do this. How do you say that? Because I'm a young man from South Alabama that actually did this, okay? Day one, you take it, you put a penny in there, you write day one. What else happens? Your mind starts thinking, man, I accomplished something. And something in your brain drops a little neurotransmitter inside your brain, and you get a little smile on the inside. Now you're walking a little lighter, and you're a little happy about doing the day one. You've actually accomplished day one. You got 1 cent. Day two, you take the Ziploc bag, you write on it day two, 2 cents. Okay? Day three, you take the Ziploc bag, you write day three, and you double to day two. Now you have 4 cents. Okay? Into the Ziploc bag. and you take that on there so you can keep it. Day 4, you went from 4 cents to 8 cents. Day 5, you went from 8 cents to 16 cents. Day 6, you went from 16 cents to 32 cents. And day 7, you went to a whopping 64 cents. Now, you look back and you did a whole week. You've done 7 days of the penny doubling challenge. And you got all the way up to day 7. You're at a whopping 64 cents. Did you accomplish a goal? Yes. Did you make financial progress in your life? Yes. Did you release some dopamine into your brain that gave you a good little feeling there? Yes. That's what we want to do. We want to establish financial goals, and we want to measure these financial goals. This is what we want to do. This is what we teach our students. This is what we continue to push. Build these cash reserves. Build these little financial goals, because the value of building the little things adds up in the end. Okay, so after a whole week of doubling the penny, you're up to 64 cents. At $10,000, look pretty good right now, doesn't it? You're already up 7 days and you're only at 64 cents. But let's go to the next week. The next week, we doubled at day 8, we're at $1.28. Day 9, we're at $2.56. Day 10, we're at $5.12. Day 11, we're at $10.24. Day 12, we're at $20.48. Day 13, $40.96. Day 14, $81.92. That's the halfway mark. Are you understanding what I'm saying? You are halfway to taking a penny and doubling it for 28 days. You're at $81.92. I have students that do this. They go out through their house and they start pulling out cash out of the drawers and looking under the pillows and in their pockets and stuff. And they go out and they start filling these bags up. I want you guys to do the same. And I want you to take a picture. And I want you to leave a comment. How many days did you get when you first started out on your journey, when you decided you're going to do this? Day 14, there are people that go out in their cars and they fill up their bags to day 14. Just from cash and change laying around their house, their cars and everything. You can do it. You're taking a step. Why are we building up this cash though? Why are we doing this? Because we want to accomplish financial goals. What if you got to day 27 and you're redundant? Wouldn't it be nice to leave your family over $600,000 cash? And that's at day 27. Okay? Here we go though. We've already accomplished day 14. Day 15 gets a little bit more of a commitment here, because we're going from $81 to $163. How can we do that? How can we double $81 to $163? I want you to leave comments in the comment section. Tell me how you did it. What if we did something like this? What if we bought something we found on eBay and we paid $81 for it? Is there a possibility we could turn around and sell it on eBay for $163.84? Yes, sir. There's been done many a times. What if we did that and we got up to 163 and we wanted to go to day 16, $327? Do you think we could go out and find our cash, find us something to buy, and buy it at a discount and turn around and double our money or flip our money to make the extra money? Sure you can. But you know what else you can go do from day 16 to day 17? You can work a few extra shifts. You can ask your boss, hey boss, can I come in and work Saturday morning? I need to work Saturday morning for a few months. I need some extra spending money. You got some extra jobs or something I need to do? Or what about this? What about you're so committed to building these cash reserves now, you say, hey, Everything I make in addition to my income, I'm putting in my cash reserves. What's that called? Well, Albert Einstein said of compound interest, he said, compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He said, those who earn it understand it, and those who don't, they pay it. We want you to not only understand compound interest, I want you personally to understand compound earnings. You don't hear a lot of people talking about compound earnings. Compound earnings takes you from day 15 to day 21. What are your compound earnings? Compound earnings say, hey, I'm going to go out and get a side hustle. I'm going to do something. I'm going to flip something. I'm going to learn. I'm going to look for a way to increase value. I'm going to look for a way to get extra income so that I can build up my cash reserves. I got people I know they're committed to building up those cash reserves. They will go out and they will work an extra 12-hour shift. And for making $25 an hour, that's an extra $300. And they get to take home about $240 in that. They will take that $240 and they will put it right into their cash reserves. Why are we doing that? Because it's our goal. It's what we teach our students. We want to get to day 29. Day 21 is actually $10,485.76. Day 21 could be a turning point of your financial life. I want you to understand this. I want you to grab the concept that there is so much potential of taking day 21 and doubling it, okay? We have people that go out and spend money on buy a car. They buy a used car off eBay, off Facebook. They may pay $1,000 for that car. They go home, they take that car home as a little side project, little side hustle. They clean it up, they wash it, they change the oil, whatever. Then they'll turn around and sell that same car for $2,500. So they took that $1,000, they invested it in a vehicle, and they turned around and they flipped it, and they made day 19. You can do the same thing there too. Compound earnings says I can look for ways to increase the value that I have there. I can go out, work extra shift. I can help somebody cut their yard. I can do things. I can do things to earn money. And that's what I want you to understand too. You can earn this money. You can earn day 21. You can get there. But at day 21 represents a power stroke. It's when you're 3 weeks, you're 21 days into your 28-day journey. 21 days into your 28-day journey. I was once talking to an individual, and a professional individual, and I was telling them this concept about taking your money and doubling it for just 28 days. And I was specifically telling them about day 21, when you could take $10,000. What if you could just double that for 7 days, 7 times? They looked at me and told me that is impossible to do. You cannot take $10,000 and double it. I looked at them and I said, yes, you can. They said, no, you can't. I said, yes, I have. I've done it not once, but done it many times. And they said, how in the world can you take $10,000 and you double it? You double it. $10,000 like that. I said, it's simple. First of all, you got to change your mind. You got to be open and listen and learn. And that's what we teach in our course, the importance of learning finances, of learning leverage, of reading books and changing your mindset. I could not convince this individual. I must have been a horrible salesperson. I could not convince this individual that I could take $10,000 and I could double the value of that $10,000 in one purchase. So what did I do? I took the $10,485. I went out. I found somebody that wanted to sell their house. It wasn't listed on the market, but they wanted to sell it. I took that money and I said, Mr. Smith, I like your house and everything, and I'd like to buy your house. So I took that money and I invested it into that house as a down payment. I bought his house at a $30,000 discount. Okay. The equity that I've got for that house that I put that $10,000 in was $30,000. What is that equity? Is that just a dream number, a dream concept, something that's just fantasy world? No, it is not. I took that $10,000 and I not only doubled it, but I actually tripled it. I could have turned around and sold that house that I purchased for $150,000 for $185,000 in the market. You didn't double that $10,000. I said, yes, I did. You're right, I didn't double it. I tripled it. I went from $10,000 to $30,000. Not only that, but that $10,000 that I took and I invested in that piece of real estate, guess what? That real estate grows at 5% a year, every year. 3% for appreciation and 2% equity pay down. And it puts money onto my balance sheet each and every month. So this is what we teach our students. We teach you how to put money down on a piece of property, leverage that property, and then grow your own personal balance sheet. That's why it is so very important to buy assets with your cash reserves, not liabilities. A lot of people, when they don't have a plan for the income they have, what do? It goes into their bank account in one end and it goes out on the other. But with this plan, you're actually putting this cash away. You're saving it for investment opportunities that come out up, like a house, a piece of property, a piece of commercial property. We've even used part of our cash reserves to get discounts on purchases we've made. We teach you how to do that. I had someone do some contracting work for me one time, and I asked them, they said that'll be $49.69. I asked them a simple question. Is there a cash discount? If I paid you cash, what would I have to pay you? All of a sudden, I'm saving $1,500 to $1,800. That's money that I've saved that I can put back in my cash reserves. I even have a cash reserve, but as I'm building and putting and getting ready to go to the next level, I take the cash and I put it in the bucket. And then once I get so much money, I go there and I put it in the bag. Our goal for our students is to get to day 21. Then we teach you how, in our program, how you can take those funds and you can double and even triple their value sometimes. But you've got to understand how this is done. If you've never seen it before, or you're opposed to learning, this course isn't for you. But if you want to learn how the wealthy leverage their finances and use money and real estate to create wealth, then join our program. Join our program and let us work with you and show you exactly how we do this. This program was designed for my two little girls because I want them and their families to be able to understand exactly how their dad went from zero to millionaire. Okay? I want them to be able to walk out of that. When I pass and I take my last breath, I want them to be able to get this wealth that I've created, and I want them to be able to utilize it and build on it and be able to pass it down to my grandchildren someday. If I don't teach them this, then they won't know. And then they'll be like the rest of many other people. The money will go in one side of the bank account and go out the other. You got to have a personal financial net worth. You've got to have a personal balance sheet, and you've got to have an income statement. What you don't keep up with, what you don't account for, you lose. That's why you have to pay attention. That's why you have to have financial goals. That's why you have to read books. That's why you have to have financial literacy. And that's what we teach our students, and that's what you're going to learn on this YouTube channel. Okay? We want to teach you how to take the basic little concept of a penny, double it for 28 days, and end up with $1 million on your balance sheet. Yes. This is fun. We have a great time, but we also get great financial enlightenment. You will be able to understand as you go through our YouTube channel and go through our course. You will ride by property each and every day, and you will never think one thing about it. But because you've watched this video today, we're activating something in your brain called the reticular activating system. And now what does that do? That filters out and that heightens awareness to certain situations. Because you understand the power of financial leverage, compound interest, compound earnings, you understand that that may be a good purchase right there. Let me see how I can possibly make this happen. We teach you to build 2 big insurance buffers for your financial program. One is your cash reserves, and number two is your 401k. You'll hear many people talk about your 401k is the biggest waste of money, waste of time, and not a good investment at all. So what's the alternative? What are they doing? Okay, many of these people who say that, they're living out in some kind of dreamland. There are many, many tax advantages and financial advantages to having a 401k. It's the basic foundation that I want at least our students to do that. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a CPA. I'm not a tax attorney. But what I am is I am a millionaire. And I did this through basic investing principles, sound financial principles, the ones that I want to share with you guys exactly how we did it. Number one, we paid ourselves first automatically. We set up the 401ks. We set up the Roth IRAs. We set up these things to make sure that our monies went into those each and every month. That created a financial backstop. We could always reach in for emergencies, okay? You can take loans against your 401k. If you find a good asset that you can purchase at a discount, you can take loans against that. For financial hardships or when cash reserves are running tight and you've got a property or whatever, you can actually borrow against your 401k. The other progress that we like to teach is the cash reserve. We build up specific amounts of cash reserves. You cannot get ready to invest into a property until you reach that goal. That goal being a cash reserve of $10,485.76. There's many stories and many ways to view this day 21 right there. Number one, first of all, it's not $10,485. It's actually, this together right here is right at $20,000. So you build a cash reserve of $20,000. And you did it slowly, you did it meticulously, you did it methodically, and you did it step by step. These are the financial processes I want to teach you. I want you to learn. Number one, pay yourself, make it automatic. Number two, never spend more than you make. And number three, build up to day 21 cash reserve. Then you got 2 safety nets you can fall back on. Your cash reserves and your 401k. All right, if you're getting value to that, let us know. Make comments in the sections. I want to know your thoughts about the cash reserves. I want to know what you think about this simple little process that we've laid out to build cash reserves. Many people tell you, build a cash reserve, build a cash reserve. What's the cash reserve for? The cash reserve is for emergencies, but it's also for investments. Because one of these days, you're going to find an investment, a way that you can take that day 21 and you can double it. Now, when you do that, we got to reestablish that cash reserve. That's what we want to do. Make comments in the comment section. Come back, see us next week. Look forward to seeing you back. Have a great week.